I am here with an absolute legend, an absolute superstar, someone I'm proud to call a friend, someone who I'm proud to sit on her board alongside her co-founder, Sarah, Lisa Goodchild, chief troublemaker and co-founder of in a good way of DigiLearning. Lise, talk about your story, because your story is quite unique, and I think it's always, we've done this throughout the day to share people's journey.
Yeah.
Can you please give us a bit of potted history and also why you founded DigiLearning?
Yeah. Why did I found DigiLearning? Well, I grew up in extreme poverty. So, you know, we'd knock on doors for £1 to put in the gas meter. That's if Mum hadn't chiselled it open and stolen the money out of it. That's what you did in the 80s. I also sold drugs as a kid. You know, life was really, really tough. And I was very, very lucky. I had diversity of people around me. So my uncle would pull up in a Ferrari. We lived in a council place and was digging for food. He'd pull up in his Ferrari. So I really got to understand the differences of life as well and the extremities. And you know, we're here going to his firework night where he'd spent £500 on one firework that you had to bury, and there's us saying we're poor here. But you know what, it gave me a really good outlook, and what was amazing was my best friend Sarah, who's my co-founder of DigiLearning, her mum was this amazing human who sort of, like, she looked after us, she encouraged us, she believed in us, she built confidence in us, and she encouraged us to go university. I didn't have the GCSEs to go university, so I was very lucky that I've got a really good, I stalk a lot of people, I don't take no for an answer, so I found this course in Greenwich. It wasn't far from where I live, so it wasn't hard, and it was about the internet, and I just knew that I really wanted to do this. So I stalked the lecturer. He did make me do a maths and English test because it was part of the computer science school, and I had to do an interview, and I managed to get in, and I sat at the front of the class every single day, and I loved it. You got to build stuff, you created stuff, you built websites, you did CD-ROMs. It was just amazing, and it was there, you know, that journey where it all began. And then I had my own agency building websites for footballers and musicians that wanted them at the time, which was interesting. And then I ended up working for a guy called Dan Wagner, who bought the Boo.com software. Bit of a shock, but a really good person to learn from. And I took him an idea, and he gave me a 250 grand. So I thought he was giving me 250 grand.
There's always a catch with that.
There was a little bit of a journey with that. It was a bit of a shock, but also it gave me such a foundation to understand business and to see someone in full action. And actually, there were 6 men in a room trying to get people to buy e-commerce and to set up e-commerce websites. So we were taking brands like Mothercare, Ted Baker to online, where everyone was going, nobody's going to shop online. So it was a really interesting moment. When I took an investment, I started getting involved in social media, really loving it, living and breathing it. We had 11 blogs, 2 shopping portals. While I was getting stabbed in the back, and I was like to my business partner, he's shafting us. And she was like, no, Dan's amazing. I was like, yeah. Because he's got a Bentley does not mean he's amazing, okay? So I was like, I'm walking away from this. I'll take my shares. I'm going to go and set up my company, DigiWoo. Was the best thing I ever did. You know, it's my consultancy now. I still work on it. But I got to do this thing called the Marketing Academy, which was life-changing for me, around 35. They take 30 marketeers from the country. So I'm there with, like, marketeers from Mars, Saatchi and Saatchi. There's me going, oops, what am I doing here? But it was a really humbling experience because they looked up to me and they, you know, they saw the magic in me before I saw the magic in myself. So that was a brilliant experience, and plus you start homing into what do you really want to do in life, what's your passion? So I started really wanting to help people. Fast forward, me and Sarah went into more the corporate world, Euro money, managed some big teams there. I went into, you know, start-up, investment, that way. We came together, Sarah started working on my consultancy with me, and we started, like, you know, going Cannes Film Festival, doing some amazing stuff there. We started seeing the space. We both had young children, and we thought, there's nothing for kids. There's nothing ensuring that young people have the foundation to be able to flourish in this space, which is funny because the thing that we call is called Flourish here. Anyway, it was amazing, and we thought, right, we're going to change this. We're going to do something about it. We started writing these books. These books were for juniors, so more infants, juniors. Nobody wanted to listen to us. They were like, why are you writing a book? Why are you writing a book? We're like, because our kids read books, and it's the first place, those foundations. Fast forward again, COVID happened. We created our charity. nobody wanted to talk to us again. It was this common thread. But you know what? I've had it all my life, people not wanting to talk to me. I was a kid on the council estate, the parents went, don't hang around with them, their mum's well dodgy. So I was used to it, you know, I was used to it. I'm like, I can knock down doors, so it's all good. So me and Sarah were like, right, we created our charity, and we managed to get some amazing people supporting us, amazing friends. And we're, you know, I'm not lucky enough to be a footballer like, you know, some of the charities we work with, or have those followings. Me and Sarah, we really do work hard at this.
You knock down most doors, and you're doing an amazing job.
But yeah, we've created DigiLearning.
Exactly.
And we love it. And we love our young people. Some of them are here, and they've got jobs and that through what we're doing, and that's what it's about. And it warms our heart when we see our young people progress. So,
definitely.
Yeah.
When I was doing my last session, and I called you over, that was because Bridie was talking about mentorship, and basically saying that within their business, all their staff, 60 plus, mentor.
It's so important,
which is really, really important. I love
amazing.
that. You definitely need to connect with her. But mentorship, allyship, sponsorship, you've mentioned a few of those highlights. How important has that been for you in your career? And also, talk about what DigiLearning are doing in terms of the mentorship piece.
Yeah, well, look, I wouldn't be here, and DigiLearning definitely wouldn't be here without people like Els, you know, people like Sophia, all these people that support us and actually stand up for us. So it's vital that we support the people around us. And obviously, where I grew up, where I came from, I know I would not be standing here without people stepping in and actually I thought I was stupid, I thought I was ugly, you know, I couldn't stand here and talk, I used to get nervous, I had to push myself, but also those key people that went, Lisa,
and people making you. I
know,
I remember when you used to be like public speaking, I'd be like, shut up, you're getting on stage.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. I'll sit in the front row. I'll be there. You're going to talk. And look at you, can't shut you up now.
Yeah, no, you can't shut me up.
Bloody brilliant.
Yeah, and it is so important, and it's something that we do at DigiLearning. All of our young people get mentors, but also Sarah and I, we're really hands-on. We want our young people, they're family. Yeah. They can't leave us once they join. Like, you know, they can WhatsApp us, they can come to my house. Sarah knows I'll move people in. My daughter, who is here, is like, Mum, behave. But I can't help it. I really know that we are losing some of our amazing young people that end up in, when you're in a bubble on a council estate, it's really frigging hard to see what's beyond that. Yeah. It's really hard.
Don't know any different.
No
people don't know any different, do they?
It's shocking. You know, I was trying to explain to someone just a minute ago, and I was like, look, these young men, loads of young men I know, their options: prison, selling drugs, or working as a builder. Yeah. That's it. You know, or actually there's the other one where they go and it's a wine business where they shaft people and do the fraud now. You know, that's number one. Now these young people, if they were actually, you know, shown a pathway, educated, that they can have a different pathway, they are our superheroes. They're the ones that are going to make our businesses so much more profitable, so much more innovative. We, as a tech industry, we're losing the Stormses, the Marcus Rashfords, because we don't scout and we don't like nurture that talent and bring them up, and it's something that we're super
And we've got a skills crisis in our industry. We've got that talent shortage.
Massive.
And we need to help entry level. It's been such a bubble, middle class, you know, recruiting from the same universities. You don't need a degree to be an advertiser. Come on. Look
Go
at
watch
us.
Google.
I mean, look at what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. We don't need that.
Yeah.
Let's talk specifically about women. We are at the female leaders bar.
Yeah.
There's some men. Men in the audience still listening. Love this.
Our allies.
Supporters, sponsors, allies. Absolutely love this. But for the young women in the audience, or mid-level women in the audience, what advice would you give? What pieces of advice would you give to get to that next level or make that next step? Because it is, you know, you can get to your career and stall a bit, and it can be a little bit difficult. Yeah,
it's really hard. One is really do try and be you, because lots of people tried to dim my shine growing up, telling me, you know, the way I talk, you should, you know, have elocution, lots of different things. Or, you know, I dress a certain way. So what? You know, when I hit 40, I'm like, I don't care. I'll wear my fucking dress the way I want it. If I want to wear heels or trainers, I'll do that shit. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, it's really important to really home into that. Be you and try not to listen to the noise, because we know, you know, this is the problem with schools. They sort of kill that. And number two is surround yourself with really good humans. Really good people that are going to lift you, encourage you.
On.
And I think it was Karen Blackett, actually, when we met her in Cannes, Lions, she met our young people. people.
Yeah.
And what a phenomenal leader. She was saying to our young people, surround yourself with different levels of people as well
Yes.
in the industry
Yeah.
and different industries, because you can be in tech and it's such an insulated industry.
Yeah.
It's important that you branch out. You have, like, you know, I will even ask my daughter who's, you know, 18 and give her, it's good to get different
Yeah,
people's
it is.
views
It
and
is.
speak to different people.
It is.
And the other thing is always learning. Don't
Yeah.
ever, you know, I've always said I will never retire, because I don't really believe in retirement. I'm terrible. I'll be there on a Saturday night. I mean, Sarah's like, go to bloody sleep. I'll be there on a Saturday night, laptop open. She said, you sent that email really late. I'm just like, I'm a bit
Always
obsessed
thinking,
and
yeah.
thinking and clicking.
But that's amazing.
But learning is really important. There's my
Yeah, there's
amazing
me,
daughter.
yeah.
Boom.
Little
She's
shout
like,
out.
Mum, go away.
Just embarrass her, that's fine.
I love it.
What advice would you give to your younger self? See, Lisa at 16 to Lisa now. What would you go back and tell yourself?
Believe in yourself. I didn't believe in myself, and that was a huge problem, that confidence issue, you know. And actually we see it a lot with our young people. They haven't got confidence and they haven't got the people around you, and that's why it's so important to surround yourself with amazing people who build your confidence, who say, you've got this, you can do this, you're amazing, and that is vital, that you surround yourself with brilliance.
Another question which you haven't seen, but I'm going to ask, and I think because
Yeah.
you're a charity, it's important. You've got lots of different companies here,
Yeah.
lots of different people here that can help
Yeah.
with DigiLearning's cause. So what would your request be from the industry? What would you want people in this audience to
Yeah.
take away, or to be able to help?
Yeah.
Let's ask for help. You need it. Let's ask for help.
Also, one of the things is, look, we're a charity, but I'm fed up of, I'm not Please Sir, Can I Have Some More? I'm not, you know, Oliver Twist. Like, gone are the days. We're doing you a favour. We are finding
Yeah.
you the most phenomenal talent that you're losing out on, that's going to make your company 20% more innovative, 20% more profitable. So step up, step in. Start dancing the talk. Stop. We're not even walking the talk anymore. And thank goodness there's some amazing brands here today, like Channel Factory, who, I mean, they are our guys. We would not be here without Channel Factory, to be honest. And people like Merlin Entertainments and Vayner, you know, they're opening up their eyes, but they realise that they're losing out on phenomenal talent, and they really are. They're the people that will solve the issues, the problems that you haven't got within your organisation. If everyone thinks the same, it just doesn't create that, you know, amazing innovation that we all want and need in 2023, when there's a lot of stuff going on.
Definitely. Lastly, talking about the innovation, have you got a session later for your
I
young
have,
shout out? I don't know
indeed.
what time is it?
So
Let people
on
know.
the main stage at 5, we have a panel with myself, Kanya King, and a few others, Chris Kenner, some brilliant people, and then our phenomenal young people. They're working hard to create a pitch. They've been given a pitch from Merlin Entertainment and Vayner Media on Alton Towers, and they've been split into 2 teams, and they're going to go and smash it on stage like they did yesterday, and they're also doing it tomorrow at 11:30.
So make sure
if
to
any
come
of you
along
are
if
here,
you can.
pop in
That'd
at
be
5.
amazing.
It's going to be a brilliant session.
Darling, it was lovely to have a chat
Thank
with you.
you, darling.
Well,
I love you.
well done,
Long
Lisa.
time.